Smith here, and today I'm going to show you how to make some salt dough. Salt dough is very similar to the clay that we use in school. I'm going to show you how to make this with a few simple ingredients that you probably already have at home. Once you have it made, then you make it into any shape or form, and then once you let it dry in the air, it becomes hardened. So come along with me and I'll show you what you need.
Things that you'll need to make this salt dough include salt, flour, water, some measuring cups, a mixing bowl, a spoon or a spatula, a Ziploc baggie if you want to keep any of your leftover salt dough, and then you need some kind of work surface, so whether that's a placemat, a piece of newspaper, or a piece of cardboard.
First, I'm going to start off with 1/4 cup of water. I'm going to pour that into my bowl. Then I'm going to add 1/4 cup of salt. Pour that into my bowl. And then next, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of flour. Nice and level, and I'm going to pour that into my bowl. Then I'm going to take my spatula or spoon and I'm going to mix this all together in my bowl, really slow to start with. You'll see as it starts to mix together, it's going to start to form that dough, so just keep on mixing it. Once you have it pretty well mixed, then you can go in with your hands and start really getting it mixed together. If it seems a little too sticky and wet, you can add a little bit more flour. So mine feels a little too wet, so I'm going to add a little flour. If yours feels a little too dry, add a very small amount of water at a time. A little bit more flour. Now this is what you call kneading when you do this with the clay, when I'm moving it in between my hands. And it's spelled K-N-E-A-D. So it's not knead like I need a piece of pizza, but it's knead as in you're moving and mixing the clay together in your hands. Once you have it all mixed together, then you're ready to create. So before we start creating something with our salt dough, here's a few different tools that you probably have around your house that will really help you with making your salt dough creation. So this is just a wooden skewer, so you might have this. It's great for making holes, or you can also use this to cut your clay. I have a plastic knife that you can use to cut your clay as well. And then I have a straw, which is great for making little dots, little polka dots, or you can also make a hole with this. So I'm going to show you how to make a bird out of your salt dough. I thought it'd be fitting to make a bird since it's spring now, and if you had your windows open or been outside, you could hear the birds chirping. I know my cats love to hear the birds chirping. And right out my window, which you can't see right here, I have a bird feeder so my cats can look out and see all the birds. So I'm going to show you how, with your salt dough, how to create a little bird. So I'm going to take my salt dough that I mixed together and I'm going to divide this in half, like so. Next, I'm going to set 1/2 off to the side. This half I'm going to roll my hands into a ball. Like so. Then, now I'm working on a placemat right here, so you're going to want to work on a placemat, a piece of cardboard, a piece of foil, or a piece of newspaper so it doesn't stick to your tabletop. Next, I'm going to take that round ball of dough and I'm going to press it down really hard with both my hands like so. So this looks like a little mini pizza here. And I'm just going to squish that together so I make more of like an egg form, an oval. And I want to pick it off my surface, make sure it's not stuck. And I flipped it over, it's nice and smooth on this side. I'm going to make a nice shape like this. I'm going to press mine down again. Like so. Next, I'm going to make some eyes for my little bird. So I'm going to take the extra clay that I have set off to the side, and I'm going to pinch a small portion off like this size. It's about the size of a large grape. And I'm going to divide that in half so I have 2 even parts for my 2 even eyeballs. And I'm going to roll these in my hands like so. So it's a nice little circle or sphere. I'm going to do that to my other one. Like so. So they look pretty even. And then I'm going to lightly press those down. Like that. And these are going to be my eyeballs. So I'm just going to place them on my bird to see what they look like. And I think I like them right here. And if I do like where I'm going to put my eyeballs, I have just a little bit of water in here. And the water is going to be our glue. So I'm going to stick my finger in the water, and I'm going to use it on top of my bird, right where I want my eyeballs, just a little bit of water. Then I'm going to place my eyeballs right on top of that water, and then lightly press them, like so. Then I'm going to use a straw, and I'm going to make the inside of my eyeball. So this would be like the pupil part. I'm just lightly pressing that in there to give my little spring bird some eyeballs. Next, we're going to make a wing for our bird. So I'm going to take that leftover clay and I'm going to pinch a small portion off, probably the size of a strawberry. And again, I'm going to roll this in my hands like a ball. And then I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to smoosh it just a little bit with my fingers to make it a little bit more flat. And I'm going to form this into a leaf shape, meaning I have one part that is larger, and then I'm going to take my fingers over here. I'm going to pinch this so it makes a little point. I'm going to press it down a little flatter. And this is going to be my wing. So I'm going to place it on my bird again, see if I like the placement. And I think I do. So again, I'm going to take a little bit of water with my finger. I'm going to rub it just lightly where I want my wing to go. And then I'm going to place my wing right on top of here like so. So next I'm going to show you how to make a little beak for our bird. So I'm going to take some of the extra clay, I'm going to pinch a small portion off, and I'm going to roll this in my hands to make a coil. A coil is like a snake of dough. So you can see I'm rolling that in my hands lightly, I'm not pressing too hard. So I have a nice little snake of dough. And I'm going to take that snake of dough and I'm going to fold it in half like so. And this is going to be my little beak. And so I'm going to place that on my bird. I'm going to use a little bit of my water as my glue. And then I'm going to place that right here. Next, what I'm going to do is make some little feet for my bird. Now, you don't want to make anything that's too skinny or hanging off too much off of the bottom of your bird, because if this dries, it gets really soft and brittle and it could break right off. So I'm going to make some little legs. So again, I'm using the extra clay I have here. And I'm going to roll that in my hands, again, making a coil. And I'm going to just take a little part of that, and I'm going to make some little legs that look like he's flying. I think I like that. So I'm going to again use a little bit of my water as my glue and place one little leg here. And then I'm going to make my coil again, and I'm going to pinch off a small portion. And I think my other leg will go right here. Like so. So the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I think maybe this wooden skewer, maybe my straw again, and my plastic knife, and I'm going to add some texture to my bird. So I think on the wings I'm going to make these lines. You can also make some patterns with these. So I'm going to make some lines like this on my wings to make them look like they have feathers. Then my body, I might again use this to make it look like it's got some feathers. I think I might try to use my wooden skewer and make little dots inside my eyes. And maybe I'll give him some nice little round parts on his beak. Maybe he needs some polka dots on his body, so I'm going to add those too. But you can do whatever you want. Here is my cute little springtime bird. I'm going to just leave this out so it can dry. If you have any clay left over, you can put it in a plastic Ziploc baggie and store it in your refrigerator so you can use it again. But this will just take a few days to dry, and then if you have paint at home, you can paint it. You can even try using markers on it. And remember, I want to see what you're making, so take a picture of it and send it to me so I can see your amazing creations. I hope you are all doing well and staying healthy, and I miss you so much, and I hope to see you soon.
Hello, update from future Miss Smith. I let my little springtime bird dry for 3 days, and then I took some paint and painted it, and this is my finished product. I hope you all enjoy.